So I meant to make this video a couple of days ago, but it's been a little hectic around here. The good news is Chloe and I bought a brand new TV for out in the living room, so doing reviews for 4Ks is going to be even better. So long overdue now that I'm really getting into collecting 4Ks. So I think the next one is obviously going to be the Elm Street Steelbook box set, and then December it's going to be the 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action films on 4K. So looking very forward to that. Again, I wanted to do this a couple of days ago. So we have two pieces I want to cover, two beautiful makeups. And I love doing content revolving around new makeups, you know, a look at a new makeup. I'd love to do a breakdown of The Rock's makeup from the Smashing Machine done by the brilliant Kazuhiro and the makeup crew. But today we're going to be talking about the Joker-inspired makeup from the latest Ice Nine Kills video called Laugh Track, as well as a new look at Billy Zane as Marlon Brando in his Don Vito Godfather makeup for the upcoming biopic Waltzing with Brando. Now, a few months ago, I covered Billy Zane's look as Brando, but now we get an even better look from the makeup man himself, Mr. Christopher Nelson, who also had a hand in the Joker-inspired makeup for the Ice Nine Kills music video. But before we get to that, let's talk about this beautiful Brando makeup for the upcoming biopic Waltzing with Brando. So at the moment, Billy Zane, John Heder, the rest of the cast, the crew, the director of Waltzing with Brando are currently doing the film festival circuit, generating buzz and stuff like that. So I think the film is due out next month in November. I'd have to double check. I'm looking very forward to it. I really hope this is a comeback and a half for Billy Zane. Not that he didn't exactly fall off the map. He just kept a low profile. He's an artist these days. He loves doing all that. And I got to meet him recently dressed as the Phantom, and he signed my original draft Phantom script, which is really cool. So I don't know. I wouldn't call this a possible comeback, but I want this film to kind of put him back on the map. And look, again, like the Smashing Machine, there'll probably be Oscar buzz. Who knows? The way he pitched it to me, well, not pitched it, when I had a quick chat with him before I went on stage dressed as the Phantom and was there on stage with him, I was like, hey, you know, congrats on Waltzing with Brando. And he kind of played it off that he was like the second choice, like it was last minute that he was going to play Brando. I don't know. Either way, it's one of those things where once he was cast and I saw him in his Brando makeup, not just the Don Vito makeup, but like regular Brando makeup, I'm like, holy shit, he does look like Brando. It's crazy. It's one of those things you wouldn't think about until someone's cast. They're all made up in costume, makeup, wig, everything, contact lenses, teeth, and you're like, wow, that's spot on. And a couple of days ago, friend of the channel, Christopher Nelson, Academy Award-winning makeup artist, posted a couple of behind-the-scenes photos of Billy Zane in his Don Vito makeup for the segment where he portrays Don Vito in The Godfather. And there's this shot of Billy Zane here when they're emulating the scene where Don Vito has a heart attack and passes away with his grandson there when they're playing in amongst the field there. But Chris goes on to say, so thrilled to have helped apply this Brando Godfather likeness makeup on the great Billy Zane for Waltzing with Brando. Work done for and with Mike McCash and Jerry Constantine effects. Wig by Deani Choi, and we've got all the hashtags there. So yeah, very cool. Beautiful collaborative effort. I compare this to what Chris did with the Halloween Kills flashback with Tom Jones Jr. portraying Loomis in that flashback scene. We had Aaron Armstrong portraying the Shape. And it's one of those great little success stories where Tom Jones Jr. was the construction foreman for Halloween Kills, and David Gordon Green, Chris Nelson, some of the crew were like, hey, you want to play Loomis? And Tom Jones is like, yes. But it's subtle makeup. It's those subtle little enhancements, much like The Rock's Smashing Machine makeup, where you add a brow or accentuate the cheekbones, lips, nose, little pieces here and there, not like over the top covering the whole face and distracting from the performance prosthetics, which have a place in their own. But those subtle prosthetics that enhance the look and enhance the actor's performance, I think this is up there with the Dr. Loomis makeup for Halloween Kills. And also just the look as well, like the facial mannerisms that Billy's doing as Don Vito is helped with that beautiful makeup. And you can see the wonderful hairpiece they've got there. And the trailer's out there and you can see him doing his Brando. What I like is it's not like an over-the-top, like comedic impression where someone will be like, so I don't understand what you want me to say. It's very subdued. It's essentially capturing the essence of Marlon Brando, not trying to do an impression. Billy has that kind of look that Brando had. Brando just did this thing where he kind of just looked up all the time. like he was like sussing the shit out of you, like even on talk shows. I don't know. I can't help but revert to doing like a half Don Vito, half Brando impression. But yeah, man, like just to see those subtle appliances, the hairpiece, it just brings it all together. So again, I think what I want from this film, much like The Smashing Machine, is for a nice little comeback or doing something different as opposed to what we as an audience is used to with a certain actor. Like with The Rock, like he said, he was chasing box office receipts and, box office return. Billy Zane just kind of went a bit quiet for a bit, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this again I wouldn't say put him back on the map, but just put him out there again, and who knows, maybe generate some award buzz. We'll see what happens. And moving on to the latest Ice Nine Kills music video. This is a part 1 entitled Laugh Track. Now, if you are a subscriber to this channel, you're a horror fan, a metal fan, you've probably heard of Ice Nine Kills. I love me some metal. Yeah, like real hardcore heavy shit. Like if I'm in the gym and I'm pressing heavy ass weight, I can't do it to the music that's playing in the gym. Like I have to do it to gorgeous. And what I love about Ice Nine Kills is they're movie nerds, they're horror nerds, and their music videos are like huge productions. You see, recently they did one called A Work of Art that included David Howard Thornton's Art the Clown. Actual Art the Clown. It was so good. Christopher Nelson helped with those effects. He also helped with what we're going to be talking about today. They've done Matrix-inspired music videos. At one point, there was a Nightmare on Elm Street-inspired one where lead singer Spencer from Ice Nine Kills has a Freddy glove on stage. So it's what I love. They're so nerdy in the horror realm, in the movie realm, but they play some damn good music. So works for me. So in their latest music video, Laugh Track, they have a Joker-inspired makeup. Obviously not calling it the Joker for obvious reasons, but seeing this intricate, interesting, brutal, and evil-looking Joker design, it's so cool. I love it. Spencer definitely has the face for it. He's a handsome bastard. So it definitely helps that you've got like a chiseled face under there, but with some brutal looking makeup, with the slashed around the eyes and the smile. Smile definitely helps. Like you look at Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. Look at that smile. That right there is a beautiful smile, but then can be turned into such a horrific smile. Now, not only did Chris Nelson do this makeup, but another friend of mine helped with the mold making aspect, Mr. Rob Freitas, who, in my opinion, is one of the greatest mold makers, not just in Hollywood, but the world. And I'm not blowing smoke up the man's ass. I call him the mad scientist because he is constantly pushing the envelope with what can be done in terms of creating molds, creating new methods for mold making. Not only that, I've had the absolute honor of sharing a few beers with the man, as well as the incredible Sean Reeves of Reeves Effects. There was a lot of insight shared that afternoon. Rob's also the man responsible for Affleck turning his head in the Batcowl as Batman in Batman v Superman. Rob's the guy that cracked the code on how Batman could turn his head. He designed that mold. He designed that collapsible core along with Ironhead Studios. So again, the dude's a mad scientist. He's a very, very smart cookie. And he shared some photos of the molds being made for Spencer for this Joker-inspired makeup from the Ice Nine Kills music video, which is really cool. And what I love about Rob's work, it's so neat. It's so glorious to look at. His molds alone are works of art. Like you look at some of the cores and bucks that he makes, they could be displayed in a museum. Again, I'm not blowing smoke, but you see how pristine his work is, how clean all the blending edges are, everything. Fuck me, Chloe and I are trying to sell our old TV on Facebook Marketplace, and it's like, hi, is this available? Hi, is this available? Hi, is this available? And then you say yes, and they just disappear. God damn it. So Rob goes on to say with his Instagram caption, how about a peek behind the curtain and into the lab, a place where I enjoy spending a lot of my time. Batman, metal, Joker, prosthetics. This gig checked a few boxes for myself, some mood lighting, a few pics, and voila. I really enjoyed this one. So we got Spencer, Ice Nine Kills, cores and molds by myself, sculptures by, Vincent Van Dyke did this as well. Dan Thierry, amazing, Silicon Appliances, Wild Damien, brows Sasha Camacho, teeth done by the Jason James, and makeup by Christopher Nelson FX and Jill Fogel. Lenses done by Ink Effects. So Rob shared those photos, and then Chris Nelson shared these beautiful photos as well of Spencer in his makeup. I'm assuming this is when the makeup was all done and before they put him in the costume and then on set. So, you know, I've showed you segments of the music video. I highly recommend going and checking out. It's actually a damn good song as well. I really dig it. It says it's a part one, and that's what I love. These are so episodic at times. They're huge productions, and sometimes you forget it's about the music, and you're like, this is like a little mini movie. It's cool, especially when it comes to like a work of art. That music video is sick. And there you go, guys. Just wanted to touch on a couple of beautiful pieces of makeup engineering done by some incredibly talented artists. Again, I'm really looking forward to waltzing with Brando, and I highly recommend checking out Laugh Track. So this coming week's a pretty busy one. Tuesday night, I've got the premiere The Black Phone 2. Friday night, I've got the premiere of Shelby Oaks here in Sydney, which is very exciting. And then Saturday night, I've got the premiere of Primate. I'm hearing really, really good things about this one. Cody Leach has been singing its praises. So yeah, very busy week ahead, but a very exciting one. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.